Hi everybody, my name is Antje and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about a French crime thriller called The Crimson Rivers by Jean-Christophe. And this crime thriller was written in 1997 and it follows two different detectives as they solve two different crimes that intersect at a certain point. The first detective we're following is Pierre Nimons, who is investigating a murder in a small college town near Grenoble. There, a body of a man was found in a crevice in a mountain, and what starts off as a single crime turns into a serial murder spree. The second detective we're following is Karim Abdouf, who is stationed in a small village and is called to a school after it was broken into, but nothing seems to have been stolen. And in the same night, a grave was broken into, and this grave belongs to a 10-year-old boy who died 14 years ago. And as I said, while Abdouf is solving that crime and Nimons is solving his, their two paths intersect. So I'd give this plot a 4 out of 5 just because it was so high-paced and complex, and it's not just about the who did it, but the why. And there are so many different twists and turns that some of them I did foresee coming, but others I didn't. And even with the twists that I did see coming, I didn't know what the consequence of this twist was, so that wasn't too bad. What I really did not like was the two protagonists, Nimons and Abdouf, just because they are your typical macho men. They are the type of people who will hit someone first and then ask questions. They break into houses instead of ringing the doorbell, and they blatantly disrespect their seniors, and instead of just telling them why they are acting a certain way or why they are following a certain line of investigation, they just don't talk to them, though it is pretty clear that their superiors would probably tell them that they are allowed to do whatever they are doing, so there's absolutely no sense in them acting in such a way. And also one of the officers, Nimons, he meets 2 or 3 different women, and the entire time he is talking to them, he just talks about or thinks about how beautiful they are, and he really objectifies them in a pretty bad way, which I really did not appreciate. And these 2 characters were just so bad and so unlikable that I can only give them a 1 out of 5. And if there was a point where I wanted to put down this book, it was never due to the plot, which, as I already said, was great, but due to these 2 men whom I just couldn't stand. The writing style was average. It was a bit more telling than showing, but that was something I could just look past. As I said, I really liked the plot, and seeing as it was quite complex, background details that were interwoven, I don't know whether the author would have been able to do it any other way, so I wouldn't deduct any points for that. I struggle with whether I would recommend this book or not, just because the plot was so great. As I said, it's a 4 out of 5, but at the same time the characters are so horrible that I don't really want to subject anyone to that. Plus I think it's a pretty out of date style of viewing detectives. I mean, this book was written in 1997, so that may be an explanation. All I can say is if you do choose to pick up this book, I would listen to it as an audiobook just so that you don't waste your time reading it, but listen to it on your commute or when you're doing something else, so that you don't have enough time to focus on just how bad the characters are. Anyway, I think I'll put it down as a 2-star or 2.5 star. It wasn't a horrible experience, but I did get very, very annoyed. Thank you so much for stopping by. I would really appreciate a subscribe and a like. You can tell me down in the comments what you thought of this book or whether you are planning on picking it up. And I'll see you next week. Bye!